1. So this video, I'm going to talk about why I think June is actually the strongest character in the whole beta. This character has been such a huge upgrade from Tag 2. She had some pretty obvious flaws in Tag 2, but in this game, along with the system mechanics, they're like more or less nullified, and then she got so much extra on top of that. One big thing that really stands out about June to me, like amongst the other characters, is that her punishment is absolutely insane. Like in Tag 2, she had a pretty weak 10 frame, she had a pretty weak while standing punishment game, but in this game, this is 10 frame, and from while standing, this is 10 frame, and it wall splats from so far away. This is now 13 frames, so she has a 13 frame wall splat from while standing, and she has a while standing 3 for 14 frame launcher. So this character's punishment just shot up from Tag 2. So that's one of the reasons why I think she's really up there, if not the best. Another thing is her combo game is really good. So like mid-screen, her damage is pretty okay. Like she gets a free 4-2 there, and at the wall here, for example, like her carry is pretty far, so she can carry really far. So something like this. And then she can use her heat smash, and then her wall combo is extremely busted. She gets this guaranteed, so her wall combos are pretty strong. Her wall carry is really good too, and the damage output on top of that as well. So that's kind of like another obvious reason, like her combo game is just super flexible in general in terms of carry and in terms of damage. Like I mentioned earlier, a lot of her weaknesses from Tag 2 got really covered up. Another big one is that her mix-up game was not that particularly strong. Like she was a very pokey character in Tag 2, but if she had to make a comeback, it was pretty difficult. But now in this game, she got like a lot of like buffs in that department. But I'm talking like FC Temper 3 given a free 4-2. So this FC Temper 3 used to be her old Denmark 3, but it didn't knock down. Only on counter. But now in this game, on clean hit, on normal hit, clean hit, it knocks down, and you get a free 4-2 afterwards. So that already makes like her mix-up game a little bit more threatening. Moves like sidestep 4 is now +6 from +4 on block. Her while standing 2, which is also like a part for FC games, so her while standing 2 now gives a full combo, which is like really insane to me because it's a 13 frame mid poke, but now it gives a full combo. And just in general, her strings have been really juiced up. Like her back 2, for example, now has a mid extension, which is safe on block. In Tag 2, she had back 2 3, which was a launch punchable mid, so it was like never worth doing. But now for some reason she has a natural combo mid string that's safe on block, which is really insane. Another thing that she kind of lacked was her faster low pokes for like plus frames. Like she didn't really have a low that fit that kind of role, but now she has Denmark 3 to get like plus, I think it's like +1 or +2. But the point is, it's a fast low poke that gives her a bit of advantage to work with. And on counter, you get even more extra frames. She didn't have something like this in Tag 2. Now, her whole mechanic, the healing mechanic, it's so the whole idea is that she sacrifices some life to do some moves, but some of the moves are like really strong. That, you know, like it's almost nothing to sacrifice the life. So, for example, this move is one of them. This move is safe. As far as I know, it jails on block. So like you're taking a bit of damage to yourself for doing this like completely OP move, for example. But the thing is, you gain your health back by attacking the opponent or going into heat. And June's heat is pretty strong because this move, I can't demonstrate it right now, but it does chunks on block. When she's in heat, every move that she does, like this for example, actually heals her, so you can really just chuck it out. Just be safe anyway, do you know what I mean? And moves like 4-1+2, like I showed earlier, it does chunks. Her heat smash, I think, is actually one of the better ones because it's 13 frame, and it has huge range, so it's an amazing whip punisher. It's an absolutely amazing whip punisher. If it hits you, you know, you're in a world of hurt right now. and I feel like her heat engagers are pretty decent. Like Sidestep 4 is a heat engager, and this is gonna be like one of her main pressure tools with June anyway. So the fact it just launches on top of it is just, you know, extra icing on the cake right there. Her 1+2 is also good heat engager because it's a 13 frame mid with incredibly short block stun, so it's pretty hard to punish. And you know, she can use this to go into heat and as a quick punisher as well. Well, I think if you're in heat, if you're going to whip punish, you'll want to do this anyway, and it restores so much of her life back. The life that you spent, you know, doing the self-pressing moves like this and this, and you know, this for example, but you can get your life back so easily with June because of how her healing mechanic works in her heat system. So it's just so many things like her poke game, for example, like her Dampered 1-1 is natural combo. This is only -10. She has a high extension from her Dampered 1 as well. Because in Tag 2, her Dampered 1 was not that amazing because this was only natural on counter hit and she didn't have a high extension, but now she has a high extension. And not only that, the high extension on counter hit actually gives a really beefy follow-up. So her wall game becomes really scary because if you press into this, you just pretty much give up the rounds like. So and then you're thinking about that, you're thinking about Sidestep 4, you're thinking about her harassing you with the lows, and she still has a safe Sidestep 2 as well. So she can like really apply like a lot of chip pressure on you. You just kind of have to hold it. And if you try to retaliate back, you know, she's gonna absolutely murder you at the wall with all of her safe counter hit tools and all of her plus frames, especially when she's in heat. So there's just like so many factors, like her combo game, her lows, her mid pokes, her punishment is the best in the game by far. She's just a really complete character with not really any notable weaknesses. The only weakness I can literally think of is that she has no 15 frame launcher, but that's not so important. Like her 10 frame punish, her 13 frame punish, her 12 frame punish, her crouching 10 frame punish is like infinitely way more important than missing the 15 frame launcher anyway. So yeah, she's just a super complete character with huge damage to boot. So that's why, in my opinion, I think she actually might be the best character in the CNT right now. And please Namco, don't nerf this character. Let me have my top tier June for once. Yeah, and that's kind of the end of it. I mean, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me, you know, let me know in the comments. I just think this character is so fucked up. If she escapes even like most nerfs coming into release, you know, I would be super surprised. So take care everyone, bye bye.